Can you take a really cool lead magnet about parenting and turn it into a profitable video course that helps parents? You are going to discover, along with all of us, the answer to that question in just a moment. Welcome, everyone, to episode 146 of the Content Profit Show. Welcome to everyone watching or listening, whether live or on demand, and welcome to all those of you who are watching on YouTube, on the episode page, or wherever else you may be joining us. Now, a special welcome to those who are watching on jeffherring.com, because we have a special gift for you in the upper right-hand corner. On today's show, we're going to repurpose Harmony's lead magnet into a profitable video course. Harmony and I, who I'll introduce in just a moment, we met earlier this week to create our ideal client avatar. And this gives us at least two advantages for the show. I now have a deep understanding of Harmony's niche and ideal client, so I can be more helpful. And Harmony now also has a deeper understanding of her ideal client, so she can help more people and be more profitable. Now, as we dive in, I want you to watch or listen with these two questions in mind. How can I use what Jeff does for Harmony in my own business? And two, how can I get Jeff to do for me what he did for Harmony? And we'll give you a chance to get your own content profit seat in just a little bit. So Harmony, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. You've really got some good stuff, and thanks for bringing it. Now, I'm looking at your website, and it says, well, let me just show everybody. We can talk about it and we can show everybody. As soon as I find my mouse again. Okay, here we go. There we go. I love the tagline. You are not a bad parent. You just weren't given the right tools. Wonderful. I love that. So, Harmony, how did you get into life coaching for parents of ADHD, autistic, or what's PDA? What is that?
It's pathological demand avoidance. So it's a profile of autism.
Okay.
That is not really well known yet in the U.S., but it's definitely something that is gaining traction. People are learning about it. So
yeah, and you get to become the leader of. The reason I asked is, I grew up Southern Baptist, so to me, PDA means public display of affection.
Exactly. So, I know.
Yeah, you're a Southerner too. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So how did you get involved in this?
So my son was diagnosed with ADHD first and then autistic. And my husband and I were just kind of felt like we were trying everything and all the tools and all the things the doctors tell you to do. And we just were in the middle of chaos. It felt like every day was kind of chaotic and we didn't know how to get out of it and how to help our son. And I found life coaching and started getting coached myself, and it made just a tremendous difference in how we were able to handle the stress, and then how we were able to parent and really change the way that we were parenting. So that I decided, like probably a month in, I said, this is what I want to do. I want to help other parents.
Yeah. I think it's Stephen King that said, every now and then something clicks and you just know what you're supposed to do. So why not do it? Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And please, folks, notice that her URL, the title of her website, Calm the Chaos with Harmony. Now, just between us, has that always been your name?
It's always been my name. Okay. And I was working with someone, they said, you have to use your name in this.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, let's do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Harmony, what's your dream?
My dream is really to help as many parents as possible, because really when you think about it, if you help the parents, you're helping the kids, and then the kids grow up and then they can help their kids. It sort of changes this generation. It's generational change to be able to help
it's called
as many
legacy.
people as I can.
You're building a legacy. I love that. And you were the creator of the PACE process. What the heck is that?
So I love a good acronym because it helps me remember things. And so I was trying to come up with something like for me, it's kind of in the middle of, like, we like to say, like, how not to flip your lid when your kid's flipping theirs. So like,
I
how on
love
earth
it.
are you going to stay calm
I
in the middle
love
of
it.
that? And so the first step was pause. So that's the P. And then you develop some awareness. So you kind of become aware of, like, what are you feeling? Like, what's going on with me? Like, why am I reacting this way?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's the P and the A. And then the next step is the C, which you become curious about what's going on for your child. Like, a lot of people think, like, okay, my child's actually, they're having a hard time. They're not giving me a hard time, which kind of changes the way that you're going to
Good
then,
distinction. I like
yeah.
that.
And then then you can engage with them. Like, kind of after you've done those 3 steps, the next step is effective engagement. So kind of you've like activated your empathy, and then you're able to engage in a more meaningful way with your child.
I love it. I love it. I like that a lot. Now, folks, you're looking at the lead magnet that Harmony has created, and there will be a link to be able to get this in the show notes after the show. And you've done a really great job with this. Now, what I did, I think I mentioned earlier, what Harmony and I have done is created her ideal client avatar, and gone real deep into that. And so from that, Harmony, what I've created is 3 different ideas for the video course that we want to create out of this. So let's take a look at them now. Need to move it up a little bit. Actually, let me see if I can get it smaller so we can get them all on one screen. Here we go. All right. So we've got Parenting Through Chaos, 7 strategies to stop yelling and strengthen connection. I like that. Meltdown Management Mini Course.
I like that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And then Parenting Peacefully Online Community Membership. It's a mouthful. That's probably for later, you know. So which one of these jumps out at you more?
I think number 2.
Number 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Meltdown Management Mini Course.
Yeah.
I love their alliterations, right?
Yep.
Like you, I like acronyms and alliterations.
Yes.
So let's go over here. And now here, folks, before we move on, that doesn't mean this is the only one she can ever use. She can use this later for a membership. She can use this as maybe a bonus for this video course, maybe another lead magnet, etc. So over here to our Ascension model, we're focused today on changing a lead magnet into a course or mini courses. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take that idea that Harmony chose and put it over here. And to look fancy, we're going to place it, we're going to center it. Ooh. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so that's what we're going to build. Meltdown Management Mini Course. Now, I'm guessing that PACE process fits with the meltdown management, yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought so. Now, and so really what that gives us is well, just using those 4 letters, we've got 4 modules, right? Divided really, I learned today talking with you, into 2 categories, because pause and aware is your focus on yourself, and curiosity and engagement is focused on the kid. And I really like that. Technically, we could do the self stuff as one module and the kid stuff as another one. I'd rather do 4 modules because it makes them shorter, and the whole attention span thing. Yeah. So let's say that we had a module each for pause, aware, curiosity, and engage. Okay, so that gives us 4 modules, and we can put a get started here module on the end, and next success steps on the back. I mean, I did that backwards. Get started here on the front. What to do next success steps on the back, and then the cool thing about bonuses is the mistake most people make is trying to come up with something new when it's bonus time. There's bonuses in this course. there's bonuses in the three things we just looked at, and there's bonuses in your avatar. So we'll come up with those. And so you talked about a video course. And how long a video are you thinking about, a video training?
Well, one of the things I know about my avatar is time is limited. So we want to think about keeping it, bite sized or manageable, that they can sit down and do it. They don't feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of overwhelm going on anyway.
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
yeah, keeping it,
So
I don't
no
know
more
whether
than
that's like 10
no
minutes,
more.
5 minutes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
10 and 15, so somewhere in between there. Give you a little room if you go over. But that's 10 minutes is about. This sounds crazy, but it fits. 10 minutes is about the average time between commercials of a sitcom. Okay. And so we're kind of programmed for that, and then we're done. Now, we'll do a video for each one of those four: pause, aware, curiosity, engage, of pace. And then they're going to want additional tools. And you've got what you've got just screams for a checklist. Okay. So we can come up with a checklist for each of the four. And then there's a lot of other things we can do. We can do a guidebook. We can do a workbook, Q&A, article templates. I'm thinking to start definitely the video and the checklist, because again, we don't want to overwhelm these folks, right? Video, checklist. That's a good way to start with these folks. And then, in maybe a flagship course up a level or a bigger course, we can do the other stuff. Because the cool thing about building your avatar is now I can create anything for you, all of this stuff. And so let's see, we meltdown management mini course. I love it. Meltdown management. And mini course conveys it's going to be short. Okay. What was that tagline you just mentioned? How to not flip. What is it? Not flip what?
Not flip your lid when your kid is flipping theirs.
Okay. I love it. Okay. So meltdown management mini course, how to not flip your lid when your kid's flipping theirs. That'll market. That's good. I like that a lot. It reminds me of the first ebook I ever wrote, and I'd written 4 or 5 or 6 articles for the newspaper columns on dealing with difficult people, right? And I was talking about it on the radio show that I did twice a week. One was live, twice was recorded as if it was Friday. And one of the DJs said, you need to write a book about this. And ebooks had just come out, right? And so I thought, no, I'm going to write an ebook about this. And so I went back to my office praying for cancellations, pulled 5 of those articles together, put in some action questions, created a cover, offered it, and within a half hour, sold the first $17 one.
Wow.
Like, this works. You can sell electrons. I don't have to be in this chair nodding my head for the rest of my life.
Right.
And what triggered that memory was that the title of the book was How to Beat the Bozos. No, Beat the Bozos. How to Deal with Difficult People Without Becoming One.
Love it.
So I like the how to avoid flipping your lid when your kids are flipping theirs. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, making sense so far?
It is, definitely. It's exciting.
Got an exciting glimpse of the future here?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Really, this is just a slice of the whole thing. But, a slice you got to start with. Any questions so far?
No, I was thinking about the videos, and with the checklist, I think the checklist is a great idea, because like the pausing, that's when people are like, how on earth am I supposed to pause when my kid is like going crazy, right? So that's a good one, because it really does, like, what works for me may not work for you, right? So it's that trial and error and figuring out what works. And then also, like, a piece of this is not beating yourself up when you do flip your lid, right? Like that,
Yeah.
learning how to just reflect with grace and, empathy for yourself, and like what
Love it.
happened and what went wrong and what could I do differently. So that's,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it. And you know what the really good news is? Now that we've created your avatar, I can create the video scripts and I can create the checklist for you. So we'll talk about how to do that later.
Okay.
And so, the thing I like about this, um, talking to a buddy of mine that we brainstorm about once a month, and one day Brian said to me, because he knows what I used to do and what I'm doing now. He said, Jeff, you're just somebody who wants to help people. I'm like, yeah, yeah. And if I can help you help people, who's going to help kids, who's going to help generations, that's a pretty good day.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
So this is awesome. All right. Remember when I told you 20 minutes would go by quick?
Yes.
It sure has. We're going to start wrapping up here. Now, you guys have watched this through the eyes of how can I get Jeff to do for me what he did for Harmony, and how can you use it in your own business? Well, I'm going to show you a really cool link. I'm moving my mouse in a different way on the screen settings, so I don't have it down yet, clearly. All right, that's the link, folks, to get your own content prophecy, to be sitting right where Harmony is, not in her home office, but in your own content prophecy. And this wasn't too painful, was it, Harmony?
No, not at all. It was wonderful.
Okay. All right, good. And you've been a great guest. And thank you for bringing great content. Thank you for your heart for these parents and these kids. And thank you for being a great guest. Folks, for everyone else, thank you for being here, because y'all are the reason our guests, our viewers, our listeners is the reason we're at episode 146, because your support has been overwhelming, and we're booking a month in advance. And so thank you. A lot of places you could have been today, folks. Thank you for being here. And before we wrap up, Harmony, any last questions?
No, I just want to thank you for doing this and for helping
pleasure.
people and helping entrepreneurs who are kind of a little bit lost. So I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Nothing lights me up more. Thank you for saying that. And so, folks, until next time in episode 147, you are invited to, as always, to go use this stuff. And we